they're just outside city limits. They don't have to.
I might eat the souls of the
Oh.
living, but I do pay my taxes.
One Chinese thing I just heard.
Oh God.
Someone told me from China. Okay, so Shanghai Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
All 30,000 guests got locked inside for 12 hours
Why?
because one person had COVID.
I mean, yeah, they probably had to test everybody.
Did they at least get free rides while they were there?
Probably not.
I mean, if you're gonna essentially close down the whole place, you might as well just let people run rampant, and not like in the all crime is legal way, but like in the hey, this is an amusement park. Let's go upstairs.
Yeah, and let's head up.
Just imagine the
Follow
sound
up-
effects from
Follow up the back.
Mario 64. Do 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 do. No wait, that's Abomination Fortress, the endless stair.
Now Super Mario 64 also has the endless stair.
Luckily, you have Alora, who probably has 70 stars.
It's part of my whole deal.
Now, I know that Xylo knows rocks. I don't know who of you would know rocks very well, but this is made out of granite, the hardest rock.
Wow.
Which explains why the staircase is still in such good shape, despite the rest of the trail looking very abandoned.
You know, people always take the construction materials of the dungeons that we go into for granted.
Ah,
Well, Laura, you can go up at your leisure.
it's very black.
Because you're not in there. Oh. What? Why is it dark in there? This map is lit. This map is lit.
Yo, this map is lit.
Gang signs.
Whoops.
Now I can see it.
There you go.
Now I can see everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I see too much. I see potentially good people.
Yeah, I'm actually ignoring everything else. I've zoomed in so I can't see beyond us.
I was zoomed out enough to see.
Well, what do you want to
What?
do?
Onward.
You slink up the stairs. Alright. Since you're the only one. Goodness
No,
me.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Garlic might have trouble getting up here.
Yeah, I can't go up.
Garlic doesn't fit on the little... Let's see.
Well, he can wait down here. I'll go up.
I appreciate that the way it describes it is just that a trap has been set up, location unspecified, even though it feels to me that a few details as to where exactly they put it. Top of the stairs, bottom of the stairs, somewhere in the middle, somewhere where you can fall off the edge and fall to your death. You know, I need to know how bad I can give you the old kick in the shins. Alora,
No,
once you
my
reach
chins.
the top of the stairs, oh, it's a thunder. Let me just pull this hazard up. Thunderstone Cascade Trap. Cool. You don't notice this thing. Somewhere. Oh, here we go. A thunder trap halfway up the stairs. Why is that in the trap description instead of the... Whatever. Halfway up the stairs, you set off a tripwire. You
Oh, no.
unfortunately did not notice it, because you were not particularly keeping your eyes out. And then, suddenly, a thunderous kaboom! And since I'd say that Fuyu is close enough with how this is going, please give me that DC 24 fort save.
I was gonna expect reflex.
Oh no. Oh no, something about the Sonic thing doesn't work. Oh, it's because they forgot one of these. Well, neither of you crit failed, which is really the worst you can have. So, take yourself some 24. As a loud, deafening kaboom of
That
thunderstones
is a lot of damage.
burst around you. Yeah. Let's see, you're also deafened for a minute.
Okay, why is this place like suddenly just everything like fucking murders you?
Well, to be fair, it's a level 7 trap, which is a level even above you. Don't forget, by the way, this is immediately after the pudding fight, which also is pretty tough for a level 5 party. In case you want to know why people complain about the difficulty in these things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How come we went from a place where everything was either reasonable or easy to, okay, that ass of yours.
after this happened, you soon enough get to the top of the stairs, but by this point you can already hear like the little squeaking and some people
No, we can't.
yelling around. Yeah, you can't, but I'm pretty sure Ruby can.
You guys okay? Jesus.
I'm just gonna
What?
stay back. I'm just not having a great time. Bye.
Okay, because we have to go through more of it. I'm pretty sure I have some more. Do I use up all my healing potions? I'm out of healing potions, I think.
I had the hem of healing, but
Well, maybe consider this a good reason to sell some of your stuff and buy some fresh potions.
Well, we have the wand of healing though. Someone has that.
I think I have that. Yep, wand of healing, level 2.
I like the idea that you're like aggressively gesturing at each other how to get this done.
Yeah, so I can only use like the basic heal, right? I can't do like 2 actions, 3 actions.
Oh no, you can do as many actions as you like.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll use the just radius one to give us some healage.
I'll be nice and include garlic in the area of effect, because why not? Click that healing
that's-
button. Not bad.
We get 7.
It's better than nothing.
I'm only normal injured.
I'm still badly, but alright. I could push it, but it risks breaking the wand.
I mean, it will break the wand.
Oh,
It
I
will
thought
get
there was, like,
destroyed if you fail.
there's a DC for the push, right?
Point is, once you reach the top, you see this small, like little ruins look like this. The mortar is starting to drool out of the cavity. So a lot of the stone has fallen down. The roof is collapsing. However, someone has also taken the time to put some tarps over it. So a lot of the holes are patched up to some extent. And as mentioned, those with ears can hear inside the sound of shuffling and squeaking.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I put my senses through Peppy, would I be able to hear?
Yes, because Pepe's ears are fine, probably.
Alright, so I'm just gonna
It's just a minute.
try.
You'll get rid of it soon enough.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you'd have to wait it out, because otherwise you have a chance of failing your spell casting.
Oh, right.
Flat checks on verbal components, after all. Again, if you want to fuck with a wizard, just throw a thunderstone in his face.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to fuck with a wizard,
Like a wedgie.
especially a wedgie.
Alright. There is a door. A big fat front door. It was probably very impressive in its day, but now it's like a moldy old dungeon door. It's got the moss growing on it and everything.
Honestly, I just want to go up and knock if there's people inside. Maybe
How
they're
do
just
know we're here.
maybe they just live here.
I always like it when they call towers squat in descriptions. Nice.
Yeah, because it's like a tower, but short.
Yeah, they're technically towers.
Dwarf is like, that's a big tower. Then the human's like, no, it's a small tower.
So
Handsome.
yeah, I'm just gonna knock on the door.
Gosh, let's take a look. See. Oh God. Gosh, what the hell? What did it? Come on, man. If you're gonna write about one, then write about all of them. You hear a voice coming from inside. It's like, who's there?
Hi. We are part of the traveling circus group, and our tent is setting up nearby, and we were sent out to scout up the general area and see if there are any wild animals or whatever that needed to be subdued. We didn't expect to see any people around, and we were just wondering, like, are you the type of person who would come and set fire to a circus tent?
I appreciate that you live up to your lack of training and your +0 charisma by so boldly stating exactly what needs to be said.
Ruby is not good at negotiating.
I don't know why you keep letting the face not do the facing, but
We can't hear.
I
Yeah, they're
appreciate
both deaf.
for a minute.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
we
we're
wanna wait.
fine, but
I also don't trust these people because they're the ones who put an very powerful trap on the way in.
Listen, that explosion would have killed any commoner, but that doesn't mean it's dangerous.
It would have killed a level 1 person at least twice.
Listen, you're just forgetting about the fact that level 1 person probably crit fail, and thus die extra hard.
Turning a wizard into
It
a
just-
fine mist.
Yeah, it just disintegrates.
Let's see, that'd be 33 damage, 66 damage if they crit fail. Nice.
Yeah, that would kill a small group per person. Like one person of us would die, but a small group of people die from the same damage. It's ridiculous.
And he goes, but in 5e, I can put you in front of CR 20 creatures at level 5 and you'll be fine. What's going on? How come other games aren't just like the other game I know? Boy, your excessive inability to be dishonest. Let's see. Well, these guys. Let's see. What kind of thieves are they exactly? Okay, cool. So, because you sound exactly. Let's just put it like this. They seem to accept you as being like a gormless little fool who's just hanging out around here. Like, oh,
That's fair.
yeah, it sounds like, hey, you wouldn't be associated with, anyone from town, like, the God, or like local thieves organizations of some description.
Oh, we're just
You can't.
passing.
Oh wait,
Hmm?
you can't because using your thing.
Hey, you said you
we're
was
just-
you said you was circus, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just passed through town, so we're not really affiliated with anyone.
You hear some shuffling, and then like they get into a scrum circle, and they're like, oh, you wouldn't happen to be associated with that? What's it called? Celestial Mangeray?
No, not that one. We're the other one.
Celestial Mangia.
They quickly huddle up again. There's another one. Okay. Well, as long as you guys aren't gonna be any troubles, we won't be any troubles. Yeah.
Also, pardon me. What do you know about the celestial mancha menagerie?
The menage a trois.
They had a celestial mange. They can say celestial, but not menagerie. Great.
Menagerie.
Listen, if you want to make your setting sound more authentic, get rid of loan words from other languages, and everyone's like, God damn. Actually, how would that? What would you get if you removed a lot of the loan words like menagerie? Is menagerie a loan word? See, those are the questions I want answers to. I mean, it's
I
English.
mean, yeah, I think it's French. You can tell by the way the words go. Jure.
You should say menagerie. Welcome to the boulangerie.
Menagerie.
This is the sucrerie. That's how they do it in French. All right. Well, what they know about the Celestial Menagerie. You know what? How about you roll me that classic diplomacy check, and we'll see if they got anything for you.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna hit you with a good old smile and a how do you do.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't know too. Listen, all we happen to know is that the what's the name? The boss lady's been going around town asking a lot of questions about some places she wants to go. I don't know. You go talk to people in town that you want to know more about that.
Well, okay. Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you
I
very
hope
much
you have a-
for not spoiling on us.
I don't know why you would do that. You're just some people living out here. Anyway,
Um,
thank you for your time.
Before you get to go, like the door slips open a crack, and a little bottle is held out.
Oh,
The fluid inside of the bottle is kind of like a water dough. It tries to stick together, elastic, you might say.
huh.
You go, a little sign of goodwill.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's a greater jumping jack elixir.
oh,
By the time you guys look back, Fuyu already has an arrow 2/3 of the way out of her quiver.
Don't shoot the bottle. The
That's
potion's
rude.
worth.
No,
This is a
she's been
gift.
about to fire on them.
I appreciate that you
yeah.
want to destroy the door.
Also, could I get a feel on like how they're talking? Like, if they were like, "Yeah, we're not bad guys," or if they're just being like, not forward.
Ruby's convinced.
How good are you with the criminal element?
I'm a
Hey.
trained thief and have trained diplomacy.
Well, no, I'm talking about Allura. She's the one who's having her suspicions. Allura, you know what? There's an old saying among GMs. If you're
Mm.
suspicious about someone, no roll is going to change that you're suspicious about someone.
That is fair.
But let me put it like this. They do sound, judging based on what you heard, and considering that you've probably had more than at least one criminal show up, they sound like the kind of guys who are like on the run from someone. Starting trouble is counterintuitive to staying away out of, someone else's grip.
Yeah, they don't want to make noise, and potentially attacking a circus is making noise. So yeah, I feel like we could let them be.
Nice.
Well, if you guys ever want to see a show, but yeah, we'll be here.
Well, that's that.
That is that.
What nice people.
They put. I can hear now. They put bombs that we walked through.
Yeah, but this is their house. They're simply defending their property.
I don't think this. Fui looks between the two of you. Are you guys dumb?
Listen, you're the one who's complaining that you broke someone's window and then got glass on your hand.
They didn't have a door or a sign that this was their property. They just put bombs.
There were refined stairs, which implied that someone.
Sal, are you going to be one of those Christians who's like, someone must have made this tower, right? You could say the tower had a creator. Thus, logically, it has an owner.
Someone
that's
had
not
to
how
put
that
the
goes.
bomb there.
Listen, Sala, if I go up to any American's house, I'm going to assume that there's a gun already behind the door waiting to kill me.
Yes,
Although-
but we're not in America.
The thing is, you guys have such big lawns, they have all the time in the world to take their gun out and start shooting. Rootin' and tootin'. I don't like how that possum instructs people to, by gosh, be shooting. But at least he's got the zest.
He does, end it with "be kind." Most importantly.
Well, you seem to have settled this affair. We'll see later if this works out to your favor or not, but for now, at the very least, they're not rushing outside to kill you or shooting you with arrows and everything, so.
Yeah.
Unless you have other ideas.
Does Fuyu have ideas?
The situation appears to be resolved.
Thank you for waiting, Garlic. Pat, pat.
Garlic's probably ate like a mouthful of grass. Listen, he gets bored. There's nice grass on the ground. What is a boy to do?
Because there was a cave.
Where do you
Yeah,
want to
we
go?
still
Back to
have-
the entrance? I can take you there in one go.
Yeah.
Yeah, magic spell. Swoosh.
Bunch of-
No, 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 no. Oh, god damn it. It doesn't have the animation skip
Whee!
thing on.
I think it's more fun without it.
We go. Whoop.
It's
Well, I mean,
it's the cartoon sliding the background thing, yes.
I was thinking this cave entrance.
But yeah. Give me a moment and I'll telewarp you over. Brr, 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 brr.
Wee.
You are outside of the cave. It is exactly as cave entrances tend to be. It's a hole in a big hunk of rock.
Wow.
The first large opening in front of you, the force ends abruptly where a sheer slab of quartz-studded granite looms over the treetops. A cave mouth yawns. Why do caves always yawn? Why can't they just get their bed? The cave is dark.
Because
Its
they're
mossy
all
walls are
stinky.
studded with patches of ghostly white fungus. A
What's
narrow
that?
tunnel at the back of the cave leads deeper into the hill, forking paths to the
Stephanie,
north side.
I
Yes,
can answer your question.
go ahead.
They can't get the bed because the bed is over here.
What?
The riverbed.
No, why don't you just make a bedrock joke?
Because there's probably bedrock in there and that'd be too easy.
Alright. Well, there's a cave in front of you.
Alright.
That's all I can tell you.
I'm going to step in front of Alora. I'm going to carefully investigate for traps because I do not like this place anymore.
Don't be sporting sorts. You keep your eyes out for traps. I'll let you know if you find anything.
All right. Lead the way then, for you.
Because
I'm being cautious.
you are
Moving
allowed.
slow,
So
taking
yes,
my steps.
you can totally take exploration activities to make sure that you are on guard. Ready to go. Fisties up. Don't forget to give yourself a hero point for the start of the session and everything.
I
Alright.
remembered.
I forgot.
As I mentioned, you reach a passage. There's one going to the north and one to the southeast. The one to the north has like a whole carpet of rusty caltrops scattered around. Additionally, if you go far enough, you would see a bed and a fireplace, like a small campfire. To the north.
To
So,
the north. Sorry, I had to respond to something.
the southeast, however, smells like wet dog, or just like dog in general.
And I smell many things because, as a fox, my sniffer is very good.
Ew, smells of pupperino.
The pup stink.
So do we want to avoid caltrops or just go down to the stinky?
I mean, if we can see the caltrops, they shouldn't be that hard to avoid.
I mean, they're rusty old caltrops. They probably crumble under your step.
Or give us the tetanus.
Torches burned out years ago. Jut out of cruel holes in the walls of this cavern. A fire pit and the remains of a makeshift camp stand at the center of the chamber. Chunks of granite and dirt are heaped against the rocky walls as if someone attempted to clear the rock floor. You know, a good place to put down, say, a table or a carpet.
You guys stay here. I'll go check out up here.
This place is
Alright.
about 7 feet tall in terms of cavern, so don't bump your head.
Gonna go here.
I'm very good with the acrobatics, so I think I can avoid the caltrops if we have seen them.
You can just step over them. They're mostly there for animals, and any person with feet can just deet through it.
So yeah, I'm gonna investigate the area, see if there's anything left behind.
Okay, let's take a look. Tucked into the bedroll is someone's journal. A loose-leaf parchment notebook, bound in burgundy leather and tied together with a knotted silver cord.
I'm gonna open it.
Let's have a la look-see. The journal details the exploits of a pickpocket-turned-cat burglar on the streets of Escadar. The entries are dated to the beginning of 4700. Ugh, not a date I often have to think about. AR, which is, I think, within your lifespan, as it were. Yeah, because it's 470, and then our year is basically the year that it is. So it's like, yeah, it's like 21 years old. The scale of Juniper's crimes. Oh, yeah. Her name is Juniper, by the way. I appreciate that they don't... Juniper Winzel. Let's see. Juniper's crimes as dates grow towards the present. So it's bigger crimes as they go, progressing into ambitious heists targeting banks and temples. Pretty sure that the banks are temples, and they're all just Abadar temples. With his fractional banking. Toward the end of her journal, Juniper confines her fears of Andira Paldrine, that lady that you met. A competent deputy working to rise in the constabulary. As she has obtained evidence of Juniper's guilt, the final entry is 470-12, which is like 9 years ago. In addition, this text contains a sketch of the cave system with an area A6, which is this one, this large chamber over here, is marketed with Wanderer's Folly - danger. It also references some stolen items that she's hidden inside of a tree in a nearby glade.
We found that one.
Yeah, but you didn't find any items.
So I have to check there.
Addition, since you're searching the whole place, there's also mention of a small pit that she dug for herself to hide her items. In which you'll quickly find the items within a small chest. An item known as a clandestine cloak, some infiltrator thieves' tools, a bit rusty, but you can polish them up good, like, and 8 garnets, each worth 10 gold pieces each.
Wow.
Some that's really good for me because I'm trained in thievery.
Handsome. I love that the clandestine cloak makes it harder to talk people down, but you're harder to find too.
Also, is there a reason like this?
Okay, Alora, you decided to go that far. It's your own damn fault when you ignore the warning of the journal.
Oh, No. Eh.
You
wanna
come
use
close to a
the-
patch of
Too
mold.
late, pal.
Let's see. You are trained in nature, therefore you can easily identify. Jesus fucking Christ! It's a hazard level 8. What the fuck is wrong with you, Pathfinder?
Okay,
Uh-oh.
Bella, when I came in and I was gonna tell you all about the information, including that the map says danger in a specific area, why did you, the most injured person with the least amount of HP, run in there?
No, she gets
I-
distracted.
Yeah.
I'll give you the gimme this time, Alora, but you better. I'm gonna waggle my finger at you.
Also, I thought Cypher said no danger, but
Oh, sorry. In that case, it's my bad.
well,
You said danger.
yeah, it's my brain just
All right. Well,
no
we'll just say
danger.
that you get to peek around and see a big old patch of yellow moss on the other side. But let me tell you what's about this room. Let's see. Yes. There's a discarded cloth sack lying against the yellow part of the pillar, though, and it looks
Hmm.
like it's full of things. Although,
I like
actually, giving it a closer look, it's more. You know how when you fill a bag, it's like irregular? This thing just looks nice and plump and round. Exactly round. Very strange.
No, there must be a ball in there. Weird.
Hey, if it's a ball, it might be a fun ball to play with. The problem is, you're very much aware that it is surrounded by a, call it a dungeon staple, the yellow mold. Together with green slime and brown mold, it makes up a bunch of trouble.
all part of a balanced breakfast.
Pretty much.
Well, then I will back away and just wait until Fuyu is done.
So, I say, coming in, looking at you. So that cave over there that you literally were just in is labeled danger on this map I found.
I also noticed that, but I didn't need the book. I just kind of walked.
She stares at you guys again.
Fun fact: I had someone
don't
else
look at
pretty
me.
much die from yellow mold in the Red Hand, was it? The
Yep.
Forge of Fury. I appreciate that that dungeon just does not hold punches back. Don't be dumb, please. That's how they did it in the old times. It's not very good if you want to have fun, though. Just feel stupid and punished for nothing. But
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Because there is a nice bag of something back there.
Yeah, there's a round bulbous bag, like maybe a spear.
But you know that if you want to pick up that bag with your hands, you'll get smushed under spores, which will probably kill you.
You think I could, use my glaive as kind of a long implement to kind of slide it away from the mold?
Let's see. You might, but you also might agitate the spores and cause the explosion to happen anyway. In which case, you would be too close. So, we're just going to have Alora tell this out to you. The explosion is 10 feet, but the trigger is touching it. So, with
Right.
your glaive, you could not be out of range and still get at the bag.
Wait, the trigger is touching the yellow spore?
Yes. The yellow spores are very volatile, so when touched, they just go poof.
Also, what's the white? Is the white spore?
That's a harmless fungus that you've seen around so far. That hasn't done anything noteworthy so far, at least. It might be brown mold in disguise, but who knows? Sada, do
Who
you have
has
any ways of
nimble
obtaining an item that is outside of reach, other than
Or
getting
has
a wizard?
very nimble fingers.
I mean, do we have? Well, I've got a grappling hook. Fuyu's pretty good at throwing things. You could probably, just kind of grapple it from a distance. I'm not very accurate, so I probably couldn't do it.
Fuyu is looking through the journal that was pointless again.
I mean, the
Pointless.
danger's pretty clear, and we're trying to avoid the danger as best we can.
Maybe,
Otherwise, we would have just walked in there and grabbed it, like someone was planning on it.
maybe there's some ways to get around the mold, as it were. If only you had that information for some reason.
Maybe in a book.
Excellent.
So I'm reading.
I'll take that as an excuse to roll for you. I would like to point out that the DCs here are really high on these things, and I don't like it. I get it. They're traps. They're annoying, but this is Pathfinder 2e. You're going to kill people with DCs like this. Literally.
I mean, I could have put in a rope attached to an arrow and shot it through the bag, or made a lasso and scooted the bag towards us. Those are different options.
You can do whatever you like. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That arrow trick would definitely work.
Could have brought them up.
Coulda.
Yeah, you're allowed to still bring it up.
Yeah, nobody's done anything yet. We're
We're-
all just kind of spitballing ideas.
One thing that you do know is that yellow mold doesn't like light or heat. Which is the opposite
Fine.
of brown mold, which immediately, aggressively, destructively grows and explodes from heat. I love it. I love brown mold. It's like a fucking eldritch monster.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just wander over, and I'm gonna do my arrow trick I mentioned.
Excellent.
I'm literally a carnival shooter.
Can
This
you
is
please
sort of
roll
my
me the
thing.
damage for this arrow?
Let me turn off all of my things that add damage because I'm not using those.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me just...
Of course, I roll max damage.
Yeah, that's... Well, it's not really max damage.
Yeah, it's not.
No, on that roll. Oh wait, no, it's 2d6. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You're striking, my boy. All right. Good news. You pierce the bag. Bad news. You pierce the bag. The bag almost instantaneously deflates. It's a bag of holding.
No.
Well,
Do the contents spell out?
It literally says the items are broken and lost forever.
No. Well, it was with the chat.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't think we even know it's a bag of holding. It's just useless, empty bag.
You just end up with a... Yeah, it's just a bag now. It just deflates as if there was a big ball inside. You hear a sad fart noise. Actually, no, it wouldn't make a sad fart noise. It's just a bag. Where are the lips?
just
Please-
does that. Burner, burner, burner.
God damn it, it's a bag of taunting. It's one of those bags you pick up, you try to open it, just starts taunting you for, haha, you tried to pick up the fake bag. And everyone just feels bad about it. Point is, you move into the next chamber.
Oh, so
Okay,
Full of bones.
since we're going with somewhat of a light rule, you hadn't noticed it up until now, but this room is filled to the brim with puppos.
Oh,
Oh,
They are, however, rock-colored, so you didn't really notice them until now. But now you do. Some of them begin to rise to their feet, growl at you. Before long, however, the growling of the wolves is supplanted by the growling of something else.
Jesus.
A tall gentleman with quite the face and quite the underbite. All right. Which one are you? I think Alora might know him. And I'll tell you why. Alora, you were the sideshow, right? So you would have seen like the monsters and shit that they keep on the side. Is like, look at these fine monsters, yeah.
yes, they were carted in and out. So I was like, hey.
Kolklek is one of the old monsters. Particularly, he's a larger Barghest. Before, when you saw him at the Celestial Menagerie, how do I put this? He didn't look. He looked all like dopey, like someone who had like a whole bunch of blunts. He
Yeah,
was
Big
you,
floppy ears.
you could grab him. You could just firmly grasp him, and it would work just fine. But now he looks different. And since you have perception, I'm gonna see what you figure out. Now he looks more. How do you put it? He doesn't. He doesn't look happy to see you specifically. He doesn't recognize everyone else, but he does look at you. Like you see his eyes burrow into yours.
Hmm.
And it lets off a growl. What do you do as this happens? Because you get the feeling that he's about to start doing something that's less pleasant than just looking at you.
Do I think I can? Do I think I can talk to him, or does he? Like, cause I'm just gonna put my hand up, be like, "Hey, buddy."
You know that Barghests are the magical kind of monsters. Actually, they're fiends, and they perfectly have the power to speak common, or goblin if you prefer, or abyssal if again you prefer to speak a fancy language with them. You want me to hit him up with that old yo yo yo?
And just be like, hey, buddy. It's been a while. You look different. Um,
I'm gonna hunt him while Bella's talking to him.
like, uh, what are you doing in this cave? What happened to your employment?
I appreciate that you called it employment. Kalklek steps out. He is quite tall, which is to say that he's probably twice as tall as most of you. Even Garlic looks a little small next to him. He lives up to his +6 strength score. Let's put it like that. Like he has the big, firm muscles of a big, firm gentleman. Let me see if I can find his picture, because he's one of those NPCs that gets a picture even though you're probably just going to clock him on the head. I don't get why they do this. I like it. Like, hey, cool. Here's a dude with a name that your players might make friends with, and that's nice. Making friends is nice. But on the other hand, I'm like, really? Are your artists just happy to be here? Oh, I forgot. They name some of the sheets now instead of just all calling them NPC X, Y, Z. Here you go. Look at this guy.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Also, let
And
me
what
tell
was
you.
his name?
Kalklek.
Colclock.
I think the top of the sheet should tell you his name at the top left. The little
Nope.
window.
Also, if you put your cursor over his token, it'll say it.
Yeah, it says at the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Well, if it isn't a little fortune teller. Come on, right back there. Take me back to the circus, huh?
Well, it's been a while since we've talked. That we're not part of the Celestial Menagerie anymore.
Can you roll me some
So-
diplomacy to make a positive impression on this man that you are not, in fact, working for the bad guys?
I would very much like to
Or
diplomacy.
Yes, then give me that diplomacy. Excellent.
Good roll.
Kalklek is now no longer immediately going to try and kill your butts, which is better than it was.
Yeah.
You can
Sure.
tell this because his posture goes from, I have my claws out and I'm about to start removing your eyeballs from your head, to, I'm standing here ready to punch you in case this goes bad.
I will approach a little bit, not terribly close, but friendly.
The wolves
Don't
start to
forget this
growl,
cave is-
but as
yeah,
Kalklek's
this cave is full of wolves.
demeanor changes, so does that of the wolves. You recall, like, vaguely one of the barkers, because the animal brigades always have, like, a guy who's like, look at this magnificent animal we have captured from the wilds of Africa. And he has to be British. He has to be British. How else can you portray this magnificent animal? It looks like a cat, but it is bigger and striped. What strange things happen to make striped cats? And someone has, like, a striped house cat. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Kitty.
Striped house cats are so.
You recall that the barker at times mentioned that bar guests make minions of goblins and of wolves from time to time. They're strange lot. They can also eat corpses and get stronger from it. Ooh. They gain mutations in this version, I think, instead of just gaining hit dice. Ooh, what mutations does he have? Let's see. Oh, he has that big effect bite, and he has the empathy with wolves.
Yeah.
You recall seeing him eat a slab of meat once, and even though he was in a dopey state at the time, those jaws of his looked like they could hurt like hell.
Whew. Definitely don't want to get too close.
So, you decided to lead a circus too then, huh? Where'd you even find the time?
Well, I mean, we left and found a new circus, but it's not like the old one. It's better, I believe. There's been no signs of misgivings. And are you doing well? Are you
I
being
feel a lot
fine
better
and
now that I don't have whatever the hell that cat stuffed in me.
That's a fair point.
Fui whispers to Ruby, "I'm not a cat, by the way."
I wasn't going to ask.
His claws
Good.
drag across the rock wall, and he could probably start digging out more of this cave with those fiendish claws of his.
So
Actually, I think he
what
hits
are
as
the-
hard as Ruby would. Man.
Oof. So what we're doing is we're with a new circus. You know, the one that I believe is much better than the Celestial Menagerie, and we're just making sure the area is safe. Not going to be you know harmed by anything nefarious, and I'd like to believe that you wouldn't want to harm us.
Who are the other two?
Well, they were also with us. That their main acts. That I don't think you had enough time. Ruby, Fuyu. This is Kelkak. Kelkak, Ruby, Fuyu.
Hi.
Oh, and garlic, of course, garlic.
Yeah. We're also runaways of the Celestial
A lo-
Menagerie.
I would also like to point out that while you're standing in this cave, it smells of dog. Overwhelmingly, it smells of dog.
It's probably all the dogs.
Who would have known? Who would have known?
This is why I go human whenever I shower.
Hey, Elora, want to give me another one of those fine diplomacy checks? As you butter him up. Don't forget you have 3 hero points. You can always spend one.
I will definitely hero point since they friend. Where's there you go. Why didn't
That's a hero point.
got you with that organic butter?
His posture sinks down a little further. As he seems to believe you, or at the very least, he's planning something very sneaky if he isn't. Well, so what are you doing here then? Surely running away doesn't involve running into a wolf's den.
Oh no, like I said, we're setting up our circus nearby-ish, and we're here to make sure there are no dangers in the area. And I'd very much not like this to withstand to a confrontation at this point. And we like to let you know that there's an area that will be where fun is meant to be had. And
So you're trying to recruit him, huh?
Well, not intentionally, but I mean, like if he has any positive inclinations to entertain.
I mean, at this point, he's probably you've at the very least made him not interested in attacking you specifically, since it's like, I got no beef with you, but
mostly my intention is to try to keep him from potentially attacking a circus.
Well,
that
he
will
does.
be nearby.
He does give you the old. Well, that's the way it is. I guess I'll stay out of your hair at the very least.
Yeah, that's very good. And have you ever been interested in returning to a circus, or if not, that's perfectly fine. I'm just wondering.
I'm not someone's sideshow to put in a cage.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, your wolves look very healthy, especially that big boy over there.
That's a dire wolf. It's got the rugged looks of one. If anything, it would look less healthy because, he's not as nice and pretty looking to human sensibilities, but...
Yeah.
Actually, since you're an elf, you would be able to appreciate a dire wolf, I guess. Did you know that elves and Galarian are aliens from a planet of jungle? You'd probably appreciate jungle wolf better than common wolf.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they have these...
Don't worry about it.
Listen, if the world wound ever escapes, they have portals to teleport themselves to a whole other fucking planet. It's...
I'm sorry, elves or aliens just blew my mind.
It's dumb. It's really
If
dumb.
you wonder why I call it kitchen sinkian sometimes, it's because of moments like this. The wizard in the sun is bad enough as it is. Well, it seems that for now, at the very least, you've neutralized, quote-unquote, the Kolklek potential threat. Since he's, the gentleman's agreement of I won't get in your hair, you don't get in mine. And he doesn't seem too interested in going back as a sideshow to get stuffed in a cage.
And I don't think I could convince him to go to the show because I mean I guess a ball
Why?
guy.
I think you should not invite him to the show as a
Yeah,
as a guest because of the other guests who might be worried about that.
yeah, that's
There's
what
just
I'm saying. I don't think I would be able to because of
in
other
the big
people.
top. There's just one stand that's just like 7 wolves and a bug
And it's like sagged
just
in the
eating
center
popcorn.
under his weight. And all the wolves have
Got, like-
slid up to him.
Yeah.
Big,
God.
big. He has like the whole popcorn maker. He's like, man, I'm so excited about this.
That'd be a better show than whatever we were putting on.
I mean, if he has command of those wolves, he could probably put on a cool wolf show.
Well, hey, he's not interested. He's happy being here with his
I mean, he's
friends.
not interested in getting put in a cage. That's what he said.
All right, he's not interested in a sideshow. But what if a main attraction?
Does that mean
I-
I get a bigger cage?
I mean,
Look,
does
I'm gonna step up.
Then if you want.
Stop.
oh
Eh?
why is that?
Whispering in your ear. Do you want to piss him off?
No.
We're not here to get contracts.
I mean,
We can't offer contracts.
it wouldn't hurt to have more
We cannot
entertainment.
offer contracts. We are not the boss.
I don't think we have that authority.
You have a good enough relationship with the professor that you could probably pinch this guy in. Not to mention that
Yeah,
the
but
professor
she's
was
gotta
very
go
much on the
after.
angle of helping everyone get out of the celestial menagerie, so you could make a sob
Yeah,
story
but
out of it.
she's on the mostly the angle that she doesn't want to make him angry again. And he seems to not be happy about the idea of circuses.
Well, he's not happy about cages, and
Don't forget that his only other experience with a circus was being locked in a cage and drugged 24/7. It's the best you
Yes,
can
he's
get out of
just
this
trying to make
conversation.
sure we don't have to get into a fight right now.
I'm just gonna
Because-
potentially open the idea. I'm
He
not
will die.
maybe.
You know what, Alora? How about you roll me some diplomacy? Let's see how amiable he is to the idea of his own main attraction. You've dropped the idea. Let's see how he likes it. Apparently, you're on the ball when it comes to convincing monsters to be nice today.
Wink.
Well, I got all these friendly wolves. I'll have to put on a show with them. Like those lion trainers, but nicer.
Yeah, you could just have the wolves, do lovely tricks. you
But-
know?
And as you talk to him and the old memories come, you do remember that his title was originally the Grinning Goblin, and like half of the act was that he was, his goblin form also has the underbite. So it wasn't exactly the most glamorous position to have at a circus.
What if we could get you in a suit?
I think that once you become this tall and muscular, any suit you wear will look a little silly.
No, we get a tailor, get his measurements, get a top hat.
Oh my god.
He'll be called Kak the wolf tamer.
You get a growl at this idea because you are doing. You're kind of like, let's put this guy in a suit, and that's like how people tend to present. Like, let's put the monkey in a suit.
Oh, I would just clean him up a bit. Make him look friendly.
I mean, hey, it worked for the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
You're-
A stylish suit.
Who tailored that suit? He was a child when he got transformed.
I mean, he had servants.
They were candelabras and closets.
They still have skills.
They have the useful skill of telling him how to tailor his own suit.
Also, I will add the added benefit of having Calcock potentially join us would be, we have, more, sustainable muscle hanging around the circus while we are out.
Excellent. Well,
With-
we'll leave that idea up in the air because Kolkek he thinks he needs to think about it for a bit.
Yeah,
Give him our business card.
You're literally
Move on.
outside of his house.
Still, it's only polite.
yeah, we're here for a couple, I think couple weeks.
No, you have like 2 weeks until you have to give your first show. to show that you're a legitimate circus.
We're here for 2 weeks. Well, more than 2 weeks. If you come up with an idea, I'll you'll have to contact me, who I will contact the professor, and then we'll arrange something.
The professor? That old coot still around?
Oh, yeah. He's running a very decent show. There's always room for more.
I thought his
He
voice.
can't yell like he used to, though.
I thought his voice would have given out after all that fire he chokes on.
Oh, it did.
Kolkak, again, kind of like, hey, listen, I think we've talked enough for now. I don't
Alright,
talk
well-
much. My social skills have atrophied to nothing.
I understand that. And then we make our way out.
Excellent. It seems you've resolved the situation peacefully.
In theory.
In theory, that's a great way to put it.
So we either made an ally for the circus or potential threat. But we can deal with that threat when we're more rested.
I'll deal with this later.
That's a problem for future circus.
Future Allure will have to deal with that.
Marvelous.
Anyway, in the book Fu found, it said there was something over in the tree way over there. Like the
We just pretty
thief.
much already wandered off by the time you guys are done talking.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
okay.
Bye, Fuyu.
Well, let's go catch up to Fuyu. Hey, Fuyu. We made, relations with the Kokak.
Sure. See how that goes.
I don't like the fact that Seth is giggling, but
We've only killed, what, 25 Bargas in the last couple of weeks? By we, I mean we, but a lot of them have arrows in them.
Swinks.
Well,
know
this
yours.
one was friendly.
Have you even killed one Barguest in this adventure so far?
Thought we've killed a couple.
No.
I don't
Thought
think
I've
so,
seen
because
him in the big tower thingy.
No, I don't think that's what I guess.
Thought there was a couple in there.
You
Guess
fought
there was a
Blood
Barghast
Wolves, which are not Barguest.
somewhere. Huh, thought there was a Barghast somewhere.
No, you would have known if it was one.
I mean there was one big beefy thing, but I don't think it was a Barghast.
Because Barguests are like
Oh,
level
so-
5 creatures, I think, on their own, or like 7. They're pretty tough. Fuyu, you go back. The instructions mention that the treasure is somewhere, but that's about it. Don't forget that there was that marked knot on the tree.
I'm gonna try to investigate it.
Well, you already did investigate it, and it sure is there, and it's like the only feature of this tree that's in any way out of place or weird. There's nothing between the roots. There's no empty cavities you can see that go into the tree or anyway.
What
It's-
was the mark again?
I forgot.
I do remember there was a mark with like a JM, which
Well, if it was hers, then it would have been JW.
JW. There you go.
Probably. That makes sense. I like that the game implies that this pool is good for water for the circus. It's a small pond, stagnant at best. Ugh.
Get a couple of cups. Get a bucket.
We like to call it vintage raw water. We upmark it to 1,000% and sell it to the hipsters. All right.
Mosquito lava you can eat.
Well,
Well, I don't know what to do here, so
no,
Can
no.
I examine the knot?
It's like a big bubble of wood that sticks out of the tree.
Hmm.
What do you want to do with it?
What would happen if I'm just gonna throw the idea out to Fuyu and Ruby before acting, of course. What if I crack this knot open?
Not sure how anyone would have hid something in a knot that you have to crack open.
Magic.
Sure, go nuts.
Could be a button.
Could be.
So what are you using to crack it open?
I have a light mace. I mean, technically, I also have a mace, but you know,
You
wielding
also-
that is pretty wieldy.
You're not the strongest person in town.
Yeah.
But when you
I could
smack you give it a good smack, I presume.
Yeah.
You swing the light mace with all your force. The air fills with a woody smell as you hit the knot, and it causes it to crumble. It's as if someone had made this sort of clay shell and put some wood on it, like glued pieces of bark onto it, and then used it as a small hidey hole.
Huh.
Inside, you find exotic goods. Well, an exotic good, and some money. Some of them are starting to overgrow with the tree, or moss, or like just ambient. There's 10 platinum pieces in there. Woof. A moderate dark vision elixir, and something called a chime of opening.
Ding dong.
Huh?
Ping.
Ding dong.
Nice.
Huh.
Fuyu, I think you'd like this
I
chime.
left.
Fuyu's gone.
Why'd you leave?
Annoyed.
Why? Why?
Nothing important, don't worry.
Okay.
Well, as you have finished clearing out the local area, I mean, you probably stumbled across like some centipede nests and all that kind of stuff, but you just kick them. Just kick them. Get rid of them. Or just transplant them. Pick them up. All of it. All the centipedes start crawling on your arms, you put it somewhere else, but you're nice about it. It's however you like to do it. But the major threats in the area have been addressed, which includes zappy, what was it again? Will-o-wisps?
Will-o-wisps?
Puddins? Man, this place is dangerous. How do people live near this? The point is that you've successfully alleviated the concerns in the local area. All that remains now is for me to tell you that you will in fact level up at the end of the session because you've completed the chapter. Not yet, though! It
Yeah.
turns out I was lying!
Oh no.
We need to get to your opening night. The rest of the weeks go by just fine. At time, you do hear from people like, oh no, there's something here, and it's like a bee's nest or something stupid like that. You just gotta shoo them away. Kalkalak eventually shows up. Alora.
Yeah.
I presume that everyone hears about this, and not just you. When people start yelling about this large wolf thing that's attacking.
Oh, it's attacking.
No.
No.
When you take a look, he's not like ramming anything. He's just walking in. But, you know,
Okay.
when you see something
Now-
big and scary, people tend to, you know.
And I'm sure I relayed, to the rest of the circus, potentially a bell gas coming by.
That doesn't mean that people aren't not scared of like big thing that comes by with like 7 wolves in tow.
Oh no, that like anyone contracted to help or like anyone, passing by would be like, oh my god.
It's so big and fluffy too. All right. Well, yeah, the professor does kind of roll up to the situation, and you probably, and does want to. Are you sure this is a good idea?
I mean, he worked with us at the Celestial Menagerie. And, well, he didn't work with us. They abused him. And, it's put a very sour taste in his mouth. And I am hoping to put to garnish the taste, make the taste better.
I assume at this point, like, Ruby arrives on garlic as someone pointed in the direction, like, oh, spooky thing. Nice. I guess it would be hypocritical of me not to offer the opportunity to someone. It's just that... I mean, you heard what the Barker said about him. I presume that was all correct about what Barkists are and do.
What did the Barker say?
The Barker, when you have a scary monster in a cage, you play up the scary and monster part, just like you play up how magical and whimsical your magic is. So, how good are you with I think it's Arcana, yes. Or Religion? Religion, probably, because they're
okay.
fiends.
Oh, I'm expert there.
Well, whatever you're good at, you could probably tell that Barghists are usually trouble. As I mentioned, they tend to cavort with wolves and demons and goblins more than anyone. But if he's already being nice, you're already past the major hurdle, which is that Barghists tend to attack on sight. So you've already crossed barrier number 1. Also, all things considered, the fact that he's showing up and not trying to kill anyone immediately is also a good sign. Could be worse. Just give the professor a pat on the back. He needs to calm down a little.
Yeah. And I'd like to ask good old Kakek if he's thought of his act. How he would handle his wolves.
Yes. I guess we can work with this then. The Barghest has approached you. Between all the colorful wagons and the smell of people roasting up a nice treat, this large creature that's taller than some of the wagons stands in front of you.
Hey, bud.
I was told that I could get my own show here.
I mean,
Some of his wolves start biting at the meat that's over the fires, or like the chestnuts, because they are just dogs.
probably try to corral that.
Professor. You're not as shooty as before. Did you give up the fire breathing? They have a friendly conversation. Alora, do you want to add anything to this?
Oh, I'd say that, if you'd like to join, I'd probably reconsider the suit idea. But I mean, we could, try to, make you more friendly. Or if you really want to lean into it, you could be like scary for the audience, but not too scary. We don't want like kids crying. We don't want heart attacks. We want a fun scary. If you're into that, or friendly scary.
The professor decides that fair enough. We'll let him in. He'll figure something out. It's been a while since he's put together a fresh new act with new talent like this. He actually starts to perk up a bit at the idea, in fact. Like, I would love to do something fresh and new with something very weird. Been a bit. With that, we can go forward through the weeks. 2 of them, exactly. Then the big opening night. Luckily, you have a town barker and crier who has been going all around town spreading the news and trying to find out about this Moonstone Hall for you. He'll tell you about it after the show, because the show comes first. The show must go on. I think you've already mentioned that how you're going to spice up your act a bit with your freshly gained experience. The turn-up is great. There are many people. The sounds and rambunctiousness of the crowd, and their smell, slowly but surely rolls up as the seats begin to fill. In the back lot, where you're all sitting down, taking care of all the preparations for the new acts. It's delightful, really. Let's see. There we go. The turnout is great, and as I mentioned, it's going to be quite the opening night. You can even see some of the important people that you met, including Paladrine. She's there, and you better put on a good show. Also here is the Barghest man, who is not... He's wearing this big cloak that they apparently got for him. All his wolves are here, and they're also wearing, like, fancy, like, duds cloaks and stuff. Gives him a very flashy appeal if they move quickly. Because he can change shape, he's going to throw that into his act. You said you're going to love it.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Marvelous. The professor, however, is nervous. It's been a while since you've been this close to the Celestial Menagerie and have acted directly on their turf. It is unlikely that Mistress Dusklight will not attempt something to ruin the entire situation. In fact, this comes to fruition quite soon. One of the performers, one who was going to dive from the highest end of the tent, the big top, and jump into a small pool of water, comes to you and informs you that Delamar, who, don't forget, is that guy in that garish pink shirt, has been going around and has been sharking your performers. AKA offering them very good payment and also not getting your legs broken. Yeah, it has been weeks. So back to full, please. Actually, let me take care of that for you. I have a button.
Huh?
There. All your dailies are back.
Yay.
Oh, that's just for you.
Oh.
Wait. Wait. And wait. And now just put your hit points to max and you should have everything taken care of. Elora, here you go. Back to full, baby. And all that sweet, sweet focus. All right. All right. Put my paws right there. There. As mentioned, one of the performers came by. The great Splashini and his fantastic aquatic arts tells you that, again, Mr. Pinkshirt, who was there when you were trying to negotiate getting the spot, is offering very big payments to people. And also, you know, not breaking their legs if they take it. Now, as you would imagine, the majority of your performers are still people from the Celestial Menagerie and have bad experiences working with them. But the fact that some dude is coming around and threatening to break their legs and offering shiny coins, kind of unnerving the audience. What do you do? Because at this point, you guys are kind of the top dogs in the circus, as it is.
Ruby goes and breaks their kneecaps.
I'm not gonna do that. Why would I do that?
Because they're doing good to our people. That's justifiable cause in this kind of society.
But then that guy's just gonna go around spreading that rumor.
They
A bunch of thugs.
They broke my legs. And he just keeps switching which one the cast has.
Besides, breaking legs isn't that big of a deal. Someone will just magic it.
I'm a healer, technically.
Still mean.
It's still not nice to break someone's legs.
Again,
Why do
this
I
is
have to tell you that?
Society. That's just sort of how things work. We can do it.
Yeah, let's go break some legs. But, yeah.
Well,
You
we're
head
very
outside.
For them, I guess.
You head outside to the back, where most of your performers tend to hang out before they need to come to the midsection, so to set up their act and everything. In the back, however, you come to see a bunch of people closely huddled together. They seem to be discussing things. Delamar is nowhere in sight, and you would know if he was here, because man, that guy dresses loud. However, it seems that many of your performers have been rattled by the situation. They are huddled together and talk in hushed tones that perhaps the gig is up, and that coming back to Escadar was a terrible mistake. Right into the clutches of that foul catfolk lady, etc., etc.
If only we had a face to go talk to them and lift their spirits.
I mean, yeah, I could, but like, we could just, see how everything's doing. Watch, or
The minute you step
one of
into the
you.
circle to say hello, like the
I'm
whole
gonna
group.
go talk to him. You know what? Fuck it.
The minute you
Someone needs to go do it, I guess.
the minute you step into the circle, like
You're
everyone is,
allowed to. You can go do things.
I am? Oh.
Like,
gosh darn it.
So what happens when I go into the circle?
I was talking to that about Laura because she was the one who take care of things. They just sort of butting in. Laura and everyone else really, when you step into the circle, pretty much everyone turns to you, and there's the sense of elation. Everyone kind of sighs with relief, as if their problems have already been solved, even though you haven't done anything yet.
And problems tend to get worse than get solved around us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They look at you expectantly.
and Delaran's here, or
No,
is it
he's
just
not.
like, I was kind of missed some of that.
Delamar isn't here, but these are the people who saw him last, technically. But when you ask that question, you are politely reminded by one of the more panicky ones that they did get threatened with, physical harm if they said anything to you.
So, because I get to,
You can do
I'm
whatever
gonna
you like.
step up and I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna try to be useful on the talking
Excellent.
for once, which I normally don't do much of.
What do you say?
I'm gonna go in. There's gonna be a barrel somewhere. I'm gonna do the thing where you put like 1 foot on it and lean onto it. If there isn't a barrel, I will acquire a barrel.
There are barrels, yes.
So I'm gonna lean in and be like, I know Delamar and a cat full of bitches associates have been around here making some threats and some offers to everybody. But 2 things. One, that means they're afraid of us. They need to threaten you to make you guys perform worse or get rid of you so they look better because they ain't shit.
Oh man, I like it.
If they have to take us, then what's that mean that they have to offer? Nothing. We left them for a reason. And second, they threatened to hurt you. I know, it's scary to have that said to you. But it's not in the cards that they're going to do it. Because if they get close to you guys, well, we got a new friend who happens to be a rather large barghast. And let's just say their eyes won't be too happy when there's an arrow through them. You guys will be fine, and we're better than they are. Don't worry about it.
The crowd does politely tell you that maybe committing physical assault on someone in opening night isn't the best idea. But as that person is like trying to tone down the violence, someone else is like, I saw him and this red-haired spiky elf go over to the front. I think I saw him like selling the people tickets.
Oh, that's
That's just
not.
uncouth.
Yeah, that's something you don't
No.
do. That
We'll just have a talk with them. We're not going to start a fight. We don't need to, because we're going to win this argument with ticket sales.
Ticket sales. Why is this guy here? Get out of here.
I was wondering who that was.
little lizard just hanging out.
Wow. Fuyu and Alora are too busy having this fun conversation with friends. But Ruby, as you are sitting here, you see a face that you don't recognize. And you would know everyone who's in the circus who's supposed to be here. So it might be an audience member, an audience member. Why did my brain think that was incorrect? You see someone in the corner of your eyes, a tiefling with long horns and facial tattoos that make him resemble a reptile. He slinks off the second that you see him, heading towards where the audience will be entering the tent. Towards the front, as Duolingo likes to say.
Well, these two seem to have this kind of covered. I'm just gonna try and, follow the guy.
You follow him along. He goes towards the front, through the ever-darkening environment. Many audience members are still entering. Some have not bought their tickets. After all, some people reserve the tickets ahead of time, but that's usually the fancy people, or the people are like, I'm so excited. But the majority buy their tickets on this night. At the front are multiple individuals handling ticket sales, but you watch this. I mean, he's a tiefling with long horns. You can follow him in a crowd if you're as tall as you are. Guy makes it very easy for you. You watch him go over to, and again, you were kind of peeking over the crowd. I imagine you're standing on garlic partially. You see him talk to someone with like big red spiky hair, and you're pretty sure you see like a slick hairdo. Like this trio of people meets in the crowd, and then they start moving towards the big tent. You try to quickly rewind in your brain like what he was doing before. Then you saw the slick hair and the red were like talking to a variety of audience members.
Huh.
I'm going to roll a luck roll for you because I personally think it's kind of hilarious. Oh, good. As you're standing around and observe them, and they kind of start to hunch over so that their heads vanish under the crowd proper. Some audience member comes up to you. He looks like the dopiest boy you've ever seen. You know, one of those good-hearted people who just doesn't know any better. And he goes, "Hey, Miss Circus Lady," and he waves a silvery ticket at you.
Yes, hello.
Miss Circus Lady, you work for a circus, right, Miss Lady?
Yes, I do. In fact,
And he keeps waving this ticket at your face as he did. I tried to. I bought this ticket from the man, and the person at the door said this is not the ticket for the show. Why is that?
can I have a look at the ticket?
It'd be easier to take a look if he wasn't waving around. Just snatch it out of his hand to get it. This is a silvery ticket with an ornate CM logo.
Uh, I'm sorry, kid, but someone seems to have sold you a ticket to a way worse circus. Just a
Aw.
really awful circus.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, see, it says here. It's got the CM on it. That's for the.
Yeah, but you were like the K word Munders, right?
Uh, y- I guess it's close enough. It's close enough, kid. Close enough.
Um, but I don't have enough money to buy a ticket now. I mean, it only cost me like half, but I only had like two halves.
Only cost you half. You said.
Yeah, I bought this ticket for half price. It's such a good deal, but it's not for the show. Then I don't have enough money to buy the actual show ticket.
Who did you buy this ticket from?
Uh, it was this weird guy, and he was talking all I don't know. He talked like a real salesman, and he wore this very vibrant shirt, and he had that look on his face like he could sell you a house for twice what was it again? The price.
Do you know where this man is now?
I think I saw him like what did he do again? He was all like gotta go, and he ran over to the spiky head guy who had like a spike on his head. No, he had two even. Can you imagine someone having like, wait a minute, you're on fire?
Good observation, there, kid.
How does your dog not get burned?
He's got fire inside him. It's okay.
Oh, okay. I think. What did he say again? He said something about. He said he was gonna give the big act a big boon or something.
Okay. Thank you very much, kid. It you can stay at the show if you like. I just tell the person that Ruby Ruby let you in. It's fine.
Unfortunately, Ruby, because your intelligence is 14 and up, you do not speak stupid. But if you know what he was trying to communicate here, I'll let you have it. Because I can't tell you not to. Point is, you can't find Delamar anymore, even if you tried. I assume that at this point you meet up with the rest of the gang back in the midsection, or the back part of the big tent.
Yeah, I was gonna go rope them in anyway.
Well, what do y'all make of it?
So the kid said that there was going to be a big boom.
Yeah, in the main act. So we should probably, inspect any equipment, keep an eye out backstage, keep an eye on the crowd. Make sure Delamar's accounted for if he ever pokes his head out.
So you're going to keep an extra tight eye on the situation?
Seems like the safest option.
Okay.
For you, what do you think?
Does anyone have a good positive sounding word that starts with a C or a K or a K sound at the very least?
Kitty.
No. Because I need something for Cocklick, and it's got to be a cool alliteration.
For his title?
Yeah.
I mean, King.
I like it.
Kalkak the Wolf Caller? Kalkak.
We'll go with King Cocklick. And the Wondrous Wolves is the main act for tonight.
I was also gonna, try and ask Fuyu if, she could go use super hunting mega sight powers to try and find the guy before he does anything. Like mid-show.
I mean, I could go up high and look around.
That'll work.
Nice. gosh, this is unlikely that you will prevent this horrifying act of evil. Because it is well orchestrated. Wait a fucking moment. Oh, as soon as the silence spell ends. Gotcha. Was about to mention, how the fuck does someone who's affected by silence cast a spell? Thanks, Pathfinder, for at the very least having that one sorted out instead of getting all caught up in the act. Kalklek's act is interesting. I mean, he mostly just has wolves do all these fun little tricks. They seem to listen nicely. He does like the whole dog pyramid thing. It's adorable.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's a very cute act. People aren't sure what to think of the giant wolf man who sometimes turns into this little scampy goblin, but you gotta say the guy has presence in that he is voluminous in size. And therefore, he emits a larger presence into the environment. Taps my forehead.
Oops.
Oh no.
Oh no, Dizzy.
Dizzer.
Dizzer died. I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
It was me pressing the wrong button like an idiot. Hang on. Keep going. It's fine.
But I do think it's perfectly fair that if you manage to make this 1 in a million shot, you might actually pick up on this. Nope. What happens is eventually, during the big act, as he starts to stack up the wolves and he walks up them like a staircase for a big finale, suddenly out of nowhere, his ears go like twitch, twitch. Like all the dog ears go like twitch, twitch, as if they hear something. Everyone hears this, in fact. Someone is casting a spell, and then this immense bubble of darkness starts to fill up the center of the environment. And Kalkalek and his whole act are consumed by darkness.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't see anything when I go up high to a vantage point.
What you do
well-
see is Delamar coming out from under the stands, and he starts yelling, heckling things like, "Look at these losers! Can't even keep their own show safe!"
Would I be inside during Kalkek's performance, or would I still be?
Why would you be inside of his performance? You're one of the sideshow, right?
No, but like I'd assume, like since I'm the one who recruited him, I want to make sure his first show is okay before letting him go on his own.
Oh, so you're just there to help out a hand. Then you
Yeah,
would probably be close enough that you would have seen the person appear because they are casting a spell and it takes a moment, and the darkness and the invisibility they have also wears off. So you would, like, for a brief moment. Who do you see? I think you see the spiky-haired elf. Yes, you see the spiky-haired elf for a brief moment, and then you see Delamar like pop out. And shortly after, the tiefling is like working the other side of the crowd. They're all working together to make this as bad as possible.
All right, so where's Delamar?
Delamar is, let's say, around here-ish, like between the big stands. And he's using his boisterous voice to convince everyone that you have performed the biggest faux pas. Look at these fools.
I can take a warding shot at him.
I mean, to be fair, if you shoot him, I don't think there's anything you can do to stop him from just fucking killing him. But hey, as I said...
Yeah, but I'm trying not to murder somebody at it. This is a
Oh my
security-
goodness, everyone has learned something today.
A warning shot.
All right, loosen that
I
warning
mean,
shot.
I haven't killed literally anybody that I should have killed. So it's not like this is a new thing for me.
All right. Is there some sort of feature you're using, or are you just, as a character, taking a warning shot?
What I'm going to do is he's standing near the stands, right?
Yes.
I'm going to shoot an arrow into the stands in front of his face. As in into the stand wood, so it stops right next to his head. I shoot way easier targets routinely. They shouldn't be too bad. I mean, way harder targets.
You are quite a distance up, and you are taking a bit of a tricky shot. Can you at least roll me the attack roll? If it's a 1, you might just hit him in the face.
I like how rolling a 1 now is actually killing somebody.
Well, your intention is not to kill him. So naturally, failing is hitting him. It's also not combat. Like, he's not trying to dodge you. He's as easy to target as the stand is, really. So, you manage to not hit him, which is great. And the arrow lands next to him. And because an arrow just popped into the wood next to him, like, ping! He immediately stops. Because, fear reflex of sudden loud noises. And also, like, a splinter would probably hits him in the eye. Ah! I'm pretty sure the professor would have some opinions about you shooting the stands. But the heckling, there's still the problem of the darkness. What does everyone else do? Because there's a big cloud of darkness obstructing the big act. The big
I
number, man.
I do have a solution. Unfortunately, it's a big solution, and I don't want to. I can't use it because
Only you
it's
had to spell
dangerous.
magic. Or something else. Because technically, if you have something that has the light trait, you could try to dispel it that way.
I could send dancing lights into it if it's not like deep darkness.
It's not deep darkness, it's just darkness. If you're
Okay,
lucky,
then
it
yeah,
might even work.
yeah. Dancing lights, 4 little dots. One here, here. I'll just mark it. Here's that pen.
Excellent. Alright, well, if you want to roll a counteract, you have to roll your spell attack. The DC in this case? Who knows?
Okay, spell attack. That's yeah. Just click spell attack. All right.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, you can't? Wow. Oh, wait, you can click it. It just doesn't have the underline that it usually gives.
Yeah.
If you have a hero point, you can make it.
I will hero point that.
You hero points. As Fuyu loosens an arrow, a magical lights dispel the darkness. If anything, they add to the flair of the show. As suddenly, these glowing lights surround the main act. Ooh. The last person who hasn't done anything is Ruby. Ruby, that tiefling looking guy is not shut up yet and is like still heckling the crowd, like, look at these dummies. Because, you know,
I'm just gonna run and tackle him.
are you on Garlic's back during this? Or
Probably not. That'd be a bit much. Just me on foot.
all right, can you roll me some athletics as you full speed tackle this guy to the ground?
Alright, I'm using a hero point just to give it +4. 25.
He's like, look at these fools come to the celestial menagerie for. Oh God, I forgot you're fighting. You're good at this. Body slam. So as he reaches to grab out like a smoke thing he has to do a little performance of his own, you slam dunk into him. Bam. And push him to. Oh wait, excuse me, Bella. You get your hero point back. Apparently the DC's 19. I misread something. Sorry. So he would have made it basic. Nice.
Also put a gif of what just happened to the tiefling.
I like try.
I like yelling at people. Slam. Gosh, I'm very upset about one thing, and that is that you now get to fight some carnies. Kalkalak starts to wrap up his act as quickly as he can because he can sense that something's about to happen. And he would rather not have his wolf start tearing people apart in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, that's.
It's not,
That gets your show canceled on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Not great for the kids.
Unless you're a SpongeBob episode, then it's fine.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's fine.
We have. Oh, fuck. I forgot to prepare these particular dudes. Do not worry, though.
Oh,
I
no.
can very easily grab them out of the bestiary, and all problems. Except I need to grab out a token. Here we go. We got the Smoke Dragon. We got Ruena. What kind of name is Durana Miyama? Why did your mom name you that?
Means no worries for the rest of your day.
Here, I'll pick. Oh, God, it's a lady. Here, we'll pick this lady. No, this lady. I like her a lot. No, this lady. We'll go with this one. Token set. They, as you've taken care of them, we're just gonna say for the sake of narrative that they quickly like bundle up towards the center, as they try to regroup, reorganize, take care of themselves. You got good old Delmar, and we got AV's the Smoke Dragon. Oh wait, Ryuma does have a picture. That's weird. Man, she does look the part. Let me see if I can find her.
She
Ruena.
does look
Delmar is very intense.
Wow.
Oh,
The Celestial
wow.
Menagerie hires some.
Hey, it's a kukri.
It is in fact a kukri. Cool.
Love a good cookery.
I own 2 of them.
In her
Wow.
in her other hand, she has. Oh wait, she already used like a lot of her spells on this. Oof, you idiot! Why did you use all your good spells?
To be fair, I don't think she expected to get into combat.
That's fool's talk. Let's see.
Oh my god, I just learned something about if I moved to Ringo's place.
What?
I can take my swords.
Oh,
I can put swords in my checked baggage. I thought weapons were illegal, but nope, I can apparently put them in checked.
Excellent. Anyway, The professor takes immediate stand and tries to be like, our next part of our show, showing the Celestial Menagerie how it's done.
So
Delabar,
probably like over here or something.
you're wherever you are. The map is a bit like 20 feet in scope. We're just gonna play it a bit fast and loose. How about that?
Yeah.
Lady Paladrine, don't forget, like some constables and everything are in the stands. You really would prefer that you can get these guys away from the crowd before you start making arrests and stuff. So try and ham it up a little bit for the audience, all right?
You got it.
Which is to say, well, that's basically what the professor is implying with this whole spiel.
Day, I'm last.
Allura is close to the big shadow blast. Ruby is probably like chasing after the tiefling.
Yeah.
Get over
What
here!
are you gonna do? Oh, I'm probably not gonna hit the guy I was watching.
Delamar, of course, is still trying to ruin your performance. So he's gonna put up a performance. He can't actually put out too much of a performance. He doesn't actual, specifically, not any. Oh, he's got acrobatics. Let's give him a good cartwheel. This is a very sad cartwheel for how good he is. To be fair, he did just get an arrow shot at him, so he's still got the nerves. So he kind of stumbles into the ring, and he pulls out a
Gotta
hand
get
crossbow.
couple more.
And he waves it around and tries to go for a fancy shot on Allura, which is to say that he takes an MAP on this one.
Oof.
Allura, not hit.
Nope, that's not it.
Allura, you're still standing near the circle as, well, don't forget the lady slows already from the center. Delabar went over there so they could put on a show. What do? You just got shot at.
So this is not exactly combat, more of a like kind of a
Your primary objective is either to knock them unconscious or to somehow drag or lure them away from the center of the stage so that you can properly detain them.
Alright. What I will do is bring out my
But don't forget, your fine Barker friend just made it clear that this is all a big show. Don't worry too much. So he can get away with some things. Just don't like stab someone through the heart. They'll notice.
Alright.
Can't fake that.
I will use my spiritual weapon. Huzzah. Bring out my star knife.
Nope.
And
Magically, a template manifests. Who is this? Who's getting hit by this? Because I think it attacks when it appears.
Going against tired Ruana. When I bring it out, I'm gonna give it some flair. I'm just gonna like dance around, just have it roll over my arms, and then lunge at
Excellent.
Ruana Miyama.
Your weapon does not appear to strike her. It just swooshes around. To others, it is almost as if you aren't hitting her at all.
Yeah.
Give me that sweet. Ooh, that's some sweet damage. You can tell that you're wearing her out, as in she's getting tired of this, getting attacked and having to dodge things. Oof. Not hitting her, but people can only fight for so long before fatigue sets in. Oh man, I love that his name is so long because of the adjective. Let's see, how does he work again? Quick draw. Well, he doesn't need that. He doesn't get a sneak stuff because you body tackled him to the ground. This is a fine one. Effectively, he blows like a little puff of smoke around one of his daggers, which he then hucks at you, Ruby. And then swoosh. Ruby's AC is 24, so that hits. A tiny explosive puff hits you. You take an extra 2 poison damage, and you must make a DC 22 fort save or become sickened 1.
Alright.
He runs towards the center. You can tell that they're all like waiting for Delamar to give some sort of sign, because he does seem to be the organizer here. Ruby, that guy just poisoned you with smoke and a knife. What's his deal?
Well, if Delamar's the one in charge, I'm gonna grab him.
You go over to
Just
Delamar
immediate-
and you firmly grasp him. DC 21 fort save.
I'm making a fort save?
No, his DC for grappling is 21 on his fort.
Yeah, okay. Beans.
Unfortunately, Delamar's awkward cartwheel makes him hard to grab. As
Just call out garlic.
you were honestly expecting his legs to be higher than they were, but because it's a sad cartwheel, they went down again.
And garlic busts out of the curtains, all dramatically.
With grace. He's got 2 charisma, baby.
Yeah, he's basically a ball in a china shop.
Mhm.
And he does a big twirl and just sweeps at Rana,
Rowena.
because they're closest. With,
My feet! You can't
and-
swipe at my feet! No! My feet! With a firm and mighty swoosh, the tail sweeps Rowena off her feet up into the air. Whoop!
Garlic, go a little easy, bud.
I mean, it looks fantastic for the audience. Like, it's a massive, like, show, like, whoosh, through the air. Does Garlic get critical weapon specialization stuff, or not?
I don't think so. I don't think that's
Trouble.
how companions work.
Absolutely
it-
scandalous.
I'll have to look that up, actually.
I do know at certain levels I can do more nifty things.
Yeah, but
Rowena slowly picks herself off the ground. She has her kukri in her hand. Or else she draws it as she gets up. And then she performs an elaborate feint and tries to swoosh whoosh at Garlic. Putting on a big show to make it look like, she's just fooling around. Garlic, however, knows performance is well enough that he can tell what she's trying to do. His will DC is actually high enough. How does he do that?
How is he so willful?
he's big and brave.
He's well trained. Fuyu, you have a perfect vantage point from up here.
So I was thinking, since thank God, garlic didn't go on top of them, that would have made this really not bad. There's probably some sort of like ballast, like sandbags holding the big top down since we're inside.
Yeah,
of
to
a
keep it
tent,
taut,
right?
yes.
Okay, I want to shoot an arrow and do the thing that doesn't work all that well, and use a broadhead to cut the ropes holding those,
Sure.
so the sandbags fall on these guys.
Sure, I think there's actually rules for falling on top of people, so yes. If you give me a moment. Roll me an attack roll. Let's see how well you manage to get this done. Roll me some damage too, because I need to know if you break the rope or not. Falling. That actually works. Wow. I mean, that's against Zelamar, but it still works for this purpose.
Yeah, that's because I had him targeted.
Falling on a
Yeah,
creature and falling objects. There we go.
Oof.
That's enough to cut a rope. Delamar has to roll a reflex save, which he's really good at. He's fine. He's fine. He can dodge a falling object. Oof. Yeah, he can.
With gusto.
This big sandbag lands behind him. Would have hurt a lot. In case you wonder, the damage someone would take if they... if they succeed, they take a quarter. If they fail, they take half. And if they critically fail, they take the same amount. That thing fell easily. Enough to do like 40 damage or so on top of his head. If it critically
And
failed, at
then,
least.
for my last action, while he's dodging that and distracted, I'm going to shoot him with a blunted arrow I use for non-breaking shots.
He is very distracted. I'm going to say he's even flat-footed because he's getting attacked. He's getting bullied from all directions. Ah, my knee! If you've hunted him at all, then you do get your
I
special
did, I
bonus.
Observing him.
Because I don't think your hunter's precision really applies to shooting an arrow at a rope. But go ahead, roll me your damage. You probably like hit him in the cheek, and he does that overly dramatic, like head swooshes off to the side. The crowd loves it. What a great play fight. Look at how no one's actually getting hurt. Except for probably a bruise afterwards, because you are shooting an arrow.
Probably actually got hurt with that one.
You are bruising him, yes. Nimble Opportunist. Ooh, a creature within his reach is hit by melee attack one of his allies. Ooh, that's pretty nasty. He takes out his rapier, now having a crossbow in one hand and a rapier in the other. Well, Ruby, since you're the one who's trying to grapple him, he does the awkward stuff of like trying to, ooh, I will fool you, and then I will stab you. And then he goes, guffaw, flat-footed. Which means this is a critical. Ooh. Ruby, take the ouchies. And then he, he plays to the crowd. Look at this! Truly the finest of skills can be found in Celestial Menage. Alora, he's stealing the show. And Ruby's blood, too. But like a slash across her armor.
As part of moving my spiritual weapon, I will be a little dancy, twirl, and as I twirl, the weapon will also twirl around Niyama and give her a little cut.
Slaps her on the head.
Oh, it does not. It misses.
It can if you hero point it, since you got the hero point back.
Oh yeah, I will hero point that.
Then you hit.
And then for my remaining actions, I
Your
will
damage.
let. Alright,
Your
the damage. Okay.
I gotta know how much
bad.
you're beating him up.
I closed it, so here you go.
Ow!
Good damage.
She's starting to look a little bruised and beat up at this point. Like tired. She wants to get out of here.
And the last two actions will be blessed.
You mostly hit garlic with this yourself, but hey.
Yeah.
Just as a pro tip, maybe cast that before you make an attack roll.
Yeah. Can't think about it.
Aves is probably wondering why Javin isn't like calling the retreat. Like, come on, man. We did the thing. We're just feeding the audience now, you dummy. This in turn takes one of his actions away because he's trying to get him to come on, man. You know what? He's pretty good at athletics. I'll try to trip you up, Ruby, because everyone's good at that. Except today. Well, you know what? You can still always go for a good old stabby stab. He's not that dangerous when it's not covered in smoke. Ruby. Javin is stealing the show, and worst of all, he's stealing your confidence and your will to fight.
Well, I'm definitely going to try and grab him again.
If you can hawk him into the stands, that'd be great. Well, actually, no, you probably hit some people, but...
Yeah, there's still people out there. Oh, come on!
You just need it one. You just need it one more.
Well, I'm hero pointing to make that one more.
You reach over and grab his rapier hand. Come here, you!
And then, I'm getting some rope out and I'm tying this idiot up.
You have rope on you? Oh, yeah.
Of course I have rope on me.
All right. Let's say athletics. Let's see how tight you can tie him up. Like, you mostly just quickly put a couple of binds around him and you go... With a couple of binds around his arms are pinned to his side in that he's properly restrained now. And you then kind of kick him to the ground, but that's like your turn.
Yeah. Well, Garlic still gets an attack because
Yeah.
Garlic's great.
And then 3 arrows nail him in the forehead just because I'm pissed off at him.
That's fair.
Only you were flanking. You're too busy tying a man up.
Wait, but is he down all?
He's restrained, so he doesn't matter anymore.
He got like tied up, and then you probably like, kicked him over, because that's how you do it. Rihanna kind of moves closer to you. Alora gets in the way because you seem to be causing a bunch of trouble there. Stop hitting me with your dumb spell. Whee! She doesn't... Oh, wait, she can't do an elaborate feint because it takes too many actions. Well, she still has some deception. She can still try to fool you. Except your will save, I think, is like... Yeah, it's plus 11. Fine. She'll just go for the old kukri swing. Alora puts on a fantastic show, keeping perfect track of her opponent and deftly dodging every blow. Whoosh, whoosh, cling, clang.
I am dance dodging because I had the dancing scarf.
Fool you. It's unlikely that Javin is going to have much more time. Just give him a quick knockout, and we can wrap this up.
Okay.
Like, he's still trying to escape his binds, of course.
He's also flat-footed this way.
Oh, he's in a bad spot, yes.
So...
I'm going to say that's a crit, because you're shooting from above with everything going for you. Bam.
Bonk.
God damn it. Oh, crit specialization, you have that now. He's immobilized. Okay, he's also pinned to the ground with an arrow.
Yeah, any thing with the crit specialization I get because of my archery skills.
We're going to say that it's over now, because these dumb dorks Like, they're not going to go very far with this. The professor steps up and tries to make a big show. Ruby and Alora, I presume you try to escort these individuals off the property, as it were?
After taking a bow.
Of course, we bow and then escort.
There's a huge audience. Some of them are wondering, like, where did those arrows come from? They must have been shot very expertly to shoot from that far away that you can't even see where they are. Because the lights that are usually up on the rope section aren't on all the time. You know, they go off when there's nothing happening there. So for you sitting in the dark for the most part. But the audience is verily impressed. And so the night show ends without too many problems. That's great. The rest of the show goes on. People seem excited. The big number went well. Cockleck is excited. He did good. Yeah.
He has gainful employment.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
It seems everything is going your way, which is exactly why in the morning, next session, things are not going to be all that great. Because, you know...
Well, I mean, everything's going well except for Ruby's arm.
Yeah, well.
Bleeding.
I'm
We should
fine.
real-
Don't worry about it.
It's the risk
should
of
really
the...
we should really give Delamar a bouquet of roses for his assistance.
I mean, that'd be
Gonna
one
give
hell
him
of a taunt.
bouquet of something.
It's one hell of a taunt, selling him a bouquet of roses after that.
He opens his door, stretches out in the morning after waking up from a huge bruise on his forehead. An arrow launches from our tent to his, hits the door. Tied to it on a string is a bouquet of roses.
No, I'm taunted. No! As I mentioned, by the way, you level up. Because you finish a chapter.
Da-da-da-da.
Next time, you get to enjoy Paladrine again, because you're going to have to ask permission to go into Moonstone Hall.
Great.
The level 7 game.
Let's take
Holy shit, I get a lot.
a lot. Yeah, I think this is a level where a bunch of characters get some cool raw buffs.
I get evasion. So my reflex saves are now master.
It's pretty good.
So, yeah, if I succeed on a reflex check, I get a critical success.
And you gain weapon
My
specialization.
perception is now master.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, 2 more points of damage with my bow.
Well, anything you're expert with, really. You also get a general feat and a skill increase.
Ooh, I get resolve, so I will say it's become master.
Do not fuck with Ryu's bow.
Ooh, hear you.
Jeebus.
That's not even a max
Yeah.
damage roll. That's just a good one.
Also 4th level spells, BB.
Yeah, this is where your Oracle buddy's gonna be real fancy. Let's see. Oracle gains 4th level spells. Expert spellcaster. Your casting gets a lot better now.
Yeah.
That +2 bump, baby. Put them all on expert. Magical fortitude and a skill increase. Oh wait, yeah, skill increase. No, wait. It's general feat resolve and skill increase. I'm just looking at level 9 for some reason. I'm dumb.
Oh yeah, I can also become an master in something I'm already an expert in now.
Terrifying. I poop myself in fear.
I'm a master of acrobatics.
Oh yeah, this is where you can start getting master skill proficiencies, yes.
Yep.
The fighter gains a general feat, a skill increase, weapon specialization, and battlefield surveyor.
Also, my HP. Nice.
I have 85
Nice.
HP.
99.
I think Garlic gets 9 more hit points too, like, because his level goes up. Like, everything he has goes up by 1.
Yeah.
So that'd be 73? Yeah. His 40.
So all the class features are automatically added, right?
A lot of basic stuff is added automatically, like the perception increase and everything. That's taken care of.
Yeah, my will was set to master.
Yeah, and your class features are added.
Yeah, like I got vigilant evasion and weapon specialization, which is nice. I don't have to worry about that.
Well, you're already nice and beefy for a dungeon delve, I feel.
Oh, my spells didn't increase the math. Oh wait, did my spells increase? Or...
No, it doesn't automatically add the amount of slots you have. It doesn't assume any of that.
Okay. Wait. Yeah,
But
no,
if
that's
you
like-
don't forget, you got here. You now have spiritual weapon.
Hmm?
Signature spell. Don't forget you get to pick a 3rd level signature spell too.
Yeah. Now, expert divine caster.
And you know 2 4th level spells.
Yeah.
What are they
Gotta
gonna be,
figure
Bella?
out.
There's so much to choose from. I remember talking so fondly about what you can get. Oh god, blood spray curse? What? You inflict a curse that causes the target to spray blood. Target must attempt a fort save. Success. For the first time, they take at least 10 slashing or piercing damage from a single strike. They take 2d6 additional damage of the same type. Failure. As a success, in addition damage, you also take 2d6 persistent bleed. Fuck.
So, I hit someone with that. Fuyu hits someone.
They just explode. Because that 2d6 get doubled on a crit. So that's an extra, like, that'd be 64 damage then, plus 2d6 persistent bleed. It's great.
Jesus.
He just explodes in a squib of blood. Oh, Bella, you get a very fun spell now. Holy Cascade is hilarious.
Wait, which one?
Holy Cascade. You call upon sacred energy to amplify a veil of holy water, tossing it an incredible distance. It explodes in an enormous burst, does 3d6 bludgeoning damage to all creatures from the cascade of water. Deals an additional 66 positive damage to undead and 66 good to fiends. It's a fireball, but it's a holy bottle of holy water first.
I also like the water is bludgeoning dead.
Yeah,
You know,
just
seeing the
fucking
water just...
batters you.
Ah, crap.
There's also Magic Mailbox. What the hell is this? You create an interdimensional link between 2 containers, both of which will be capable of being closed in a way that the contents aren't visible. If they are both held closed, the contents of each one, totaling no more than 3 blocks of non-living, non-magical materials. Oh, that's adorable! Magic Mailbox! It's like the Magic School Bus. Necrotic Radiation. Outcast's
Also took
Curse.
an ability I think will be helpful. Because holy shit, all of my Safi, look at my proficiencies list.
Let's take a la look-see. Your master... Okay, what about it?
Look at all the numbers on the untrained ones.
Oh no, I took untrained proficiency. Cool.
Because we're level 7, I get to add my whole level number to all of them.
Don't forget that Assurance is a very nice feat to have if you plan to use something like Acrobatics or Intimidation. So, Ruby, I'm going to tell you something, Dizzy, in case you forgot it. Assurance ignores MAP.
What's assurance?
Yes.
Right.
So, I think it's your proficiency rank, so it's just your level plus, I think, 6 in that case. So it's 4 less. So you do 23. That's just the roll you make, even if you have MAP going on. Which means the things that are weaker than you can pretty much always just trip and throw around as you want. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's something that's very useful.
So they
always
consider.
have a
By the way, during those 2 weeks, you definitely had time to just take care of your inventory, sell things you want, buy things you need. Because you are going to go to a dungeon delve soon. Be prepared.
By the way, Bella, there's my proficiencies list.
Look at all those decent numbers.
9999999.
If it's religion or medicine, though, don't bother. What is a band-aid?
Yeah, I figured I could be good at one thing, or I could just be good at everything.
Hey, you're more of a jack of all trades.
Ugh, man. Necrotic Radiation.
And just like the god acrobat.
Oh, man. The spell is actually from the Extinction Curse Adventure Path. You imbue the touch target with a slow-acting necrotic radiation. The duration is 24 hours. 10-foot square area or 1 object. Any creature holding or carrying the object takes 2d6 negative damage. What? Wow. So, that's just mean.
So the question is, do I become a master in occultism or religion, or do I become expert in something else? Or trained in something?
Depends.
What are the...
Hmm?
I'm looking at the different acrobatics skill feats.
Spiritual anamnesis. You overwhelm them with previous lives and they become slowed. Huh. Oh man. I used to own so many shoes.
Oh yeah, and if there's stuff you want to get out of the loot bag, like do so, because otherwise I'll just sell everything,
I'll look
and
through
then
it
we can.
later.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, what
it's
the fuck is
it's like
this?
the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You can do it at any time.
First, there's Vital Beacon, which, here you go. You make a beacon, and once per round, someone can touch it and get some hit points. This is a very good healing spell, I think. I don't know. It does take an action, but it's a whole day. Oh, duration is. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it just reduces in healing over time. Okay, gotcha. That's not great, but it's a nice thing you can throw out ahead of time. Takes a minute to cast, though. Gives you a nice, backup heal. You can just pat someone. But
Next
Vampiric
level,
Maiden.
I think we get a skill feats next level.
Yep. Class and skill feats on even levels.
Catfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
If you're
that.
a master in acrobatics, treat falls as if they were 50 feet shorter.
Yeah. You can basically leap buildings without any trouble.
If you're legendary, you can always land on your feet and never take falling damage.
Anyone can
I'm
slow
gonna
fall
jump
from
out of a plane.
Oh my.
Did she have a parachute? Nope.
She's just that good, man. I mean, to be fair, again, Pathfinder does assume that over time, like by the time you're legendary, you're somewhat magical in some way. That, or you're insanely lucky and you hit a clothesline. Yeah, that's how
Also,
momentum works.
Or hay bale.
Seal Fate looks nifty.
I want to talk about Vampiric Maiden before we talk about Seal Fate.
Yeah.
Vampiric Maiden. A Ghostly Arrow Maiden snaps around the target and drains its vitality for your gain. It has 44 piercing damage and 44 negative damage, and it must have the fort save. You get temporary hit points to what the negative damage is after resistances and the stuff. You lose temporary after 1 minute. But if they fail the check, they become immobilized by it. It's just fucking hilarious.
Okay, Sappher. There is a skill feat
What is it?
that I want to know if I could modify it.
What is it?
Reflexive catch.
Cool. What about it?
Okay, so it allows me to catch a dropped or thrown weapon that misses within arm's reach of me. Can I get arrows?
What feat is this? What skill?
Reflexive catch.
The skill.
I mean, I assume if someone shoots an arrow at you and it misses, then yeah, that's fair game.
What feat is this? What skill does it belong to?
It is an acrobatics one.
I don't see it. I see kip up and all that.
Kip up, nimble crawl. It's under quick squeeze.
Oh, I don't see anything under there. Oh, I know what might be going on. It might still be limiting the sources. No, I don't have any source filters. Filter use. Can I reset filters easily?
Okay, that's not how that works. It's in the compendium.
Catch. I'll just use the search engine. It can figure itself out. Let's see. Feats. Reflexive catch. There it is. Huh. Archetype juggler. Oh, I see. It's under expert. Yeah, but it requires the juggler dedication.
Ah, dang it. I was hoping I could do a modified version where I could catch arrows and shoot them.
Yee. That'd be neat.
Well, let me get the Fist of the North Star gif.
I was going with the all-over queen thing.
Anyway, tomorrow you guys are gonna meet a nerd.
Hmm.
Because you can't be trusted with all this stuff that you're doing. Fist of the North Star. Gif.
Swear to God, I have it saved somewhere. I'll just get it on Google. Nuts to it.
That's not good. Okay, it solves
There
itself.
it is.
Show us the guts. Show me the beans. Okay, let's see this seal. Oh, that's the Bloodsbreakers. Let's see the seal fate that Bella talked about.
Is neat.
Let's look. You utter a curse that a creature will meet a certain end by freezing, stabbing, or whatever the hell you think. Choose a damage type. They must make a force save. On a success, they gain 2 weakness. On a failure, the duration is 1 minute instead of until the end of your next turn. If reduced by 0 damage, if it reduces 0 hit points by the chosen damage and its level is 7 or less, it dies. No excuses. Critical failure. As failure, but the duration is unlimited. Fuck, that's mean.
Yeah, like if it survives the encounter, it will be permanently weakened
I-
to like slashing.
I really appreciate how curses are more common here, and they're also meaner.
Yeah.
It is just weakness too, but don't underestimate weakness.
Yeah, isn't that just an additional 2 damage?
You just get free damage on top, baby. Like you hit him with a splash damage on an alchemist fire, bam. You basically get extra 200% damage. Oh my god, look at this guy. How does that even work? Just turns it around.
It keeps momentum.
Just turn it around. He looks so chill about it too, like nice. The guy's like, what? Hacks. Hacks. Can our heroes escape the perils of Moonstone Hall? Can they fight and rise against the odds? I'm actually going to pull up this thing and make sure that you guys are actually properly leveled up, because you never know if I'm just being stupid. Let's see. Should reach 6th level by the end of Chapter 2. To begin at 6. Okay, Chapter 2. Ooh, I leveled you up a little too much. Well, fair enough. I guess you guys will not level up until you finish whole Moonstone Hall. How about that? You get a nice early start.
Get one bonus level to start with.
You got a bonus level to start with, yes.
Yeah, so probably rounds out.
Like I already
Yeah, I could
put that into account.
get Divine Wrath, which is just a bigger Divine Lance.
Yeah. Oh. You've seen that one, huh? Divine Wrath.
Yeah. Like, oh boy, if I go against, chaotic good creatures, I am effed. But if I go against anything else, get damage.
Don't forget that it doesn't just do damage. They get sickened and slowed potentially.
Yeah.
And considering it's an AoE, like you're just fishing for those nasty debuffs. It's really good if you get lucky.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Also, 40-10
Then-
damage isn't bad necessarily, especially since if you're using it against something that's weak to it, you get that extra bonus damage on top. Bam. Nice extra scoop. Like you fight a demon, it's like, oh man, I got weakness to good too. Ow, ow. 40-10, more like 40-10 plus 5. Ooh, ow. My butt. And then he gets all sick. But the best part, don't forget the best part. Weaknesses, so you might say, okay, I'm sad that weaknesses don't involve criticals, like they don't get double on a crit. But then it's like, oh, they only take half damage, weakness doesn't get reduced. It's like, haha, your spell, I avoided and take only nothing. And it's like, ow, still take some, ow. Splash, you failed me.
Also, it is very late for some
See you
people.
guys later.
Sure.
Go to bed.
Beb,
I was actually going to ask, though, before we go,
what is it?
archetype feats. How does taking ones from other archetypes work?
The
Are you
archetype,
allowed to, like, dual archetype?
you can take as many archetypes as you want. Normally, your dedication feats, like, you need to take this many feats. But I consider the first archetype you start out with to be a freebie. So if you want to diversify your portfolio, go fucking nuts. Although you already meet the qualification anyway.
Like, I took the Cathartic Mage.
Don't forget, you have parting shots, so you kind of want to be close to people and taunt them a bit.
I do. I have a lot of archery stuff.
You're good for all situations. You have range, you have close shots, you have snapshots.
I have quick shots. I have focused aiming.
You got it all. Just like, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna.
Now, there is one way that I can improve my archery, though.
It's one thing I wonder about assurance.
Like, my archery has grown in many ways, right?
Yeah.
Time for magic. Archetype, Eldritch Archer.
Eldritch Archer. Oh gosh.
You blend magic with archery. If you don't already cast spells from spell slots, you learn to cast spontaneous spells and gain the cast the spell activity. You gain a spell repertoire of one cantrip of your choice from a spell list of your choice. You choose this cantrip from the common spell list of your chosen spell list, or from the other spells, blah blah blah. You must require a spell attack roll. You're trained in spell attack rolls and spell DCs of that tradition now. Your spell type is Charisma. If you already cast spells from spell slots, which
Irrelevant,
I
you don't.
kind of do.
So you gain Eldritch Shot, though.
Yeah, you gain Eldritch Shot where I can cast my spell by tying it into my arrow.
Yep.
The effects of the spell do not occur immediately, but are imbued into the bow you're wielding. Make a strike. Your spell flies with that ammunition, using your attack roll to determine both strike and spell. They count as 2 attacks, but don't apply the multiple attack penalty until afterwards.
My problem is it's already 3 actions to use Eldritch Shot. Who fucking cares that it increases your MAP? I mean, I guess if you're quickened or something, but
Or if you get like a reaction shot.
that does not affect it. MAP ends at your turn.
Oh.
And reactions happen outside of your turn.
Okay.
It's a pretty fun thing to get.
And actually, I couldn't even have taken Eldritch Archer until recently.
Yeah, you need to be 6th level to get it. But hey, it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. But Dizzy,
Yeah.
Beb.
Well,
Ah.
everybody but Dizzy Beb.
Actually, if I get a basic Eldritch Archer spellcasting, then I'll gain a list of spells.
Yeah. Also, don't forget. Oh no, Daze is not an attack roll. Aww.
Daze is the classic, though. All reliable.
Daze
Get
is not
3,
all reliable.
feats into Eldritch Archer, and I can get a enchanting arrow where I can do psychic damage with my arrow and
Yeah.
stun people on crits. And I can do that on top of my archer's aim on things that I've hunted.
Oh, it's neat.
So it's like, I hit you. Oh, what's that? 90 damage. Die.
Oh, why are you bullying me? Oh no, all my individual weaknesses come into play because I'm weak to
and
piercing.
if my bow gets a greater striking rune on it, it does 3d6 extra
Yeah,
damage.
yeah. Oh no, I'm weak to mental damage. Oh no, I'm weak to piercing. Oh no, I'm weak to precision damage. It's extra 15. It's 105.
Oh no, I'm on fire now. Goodbye.
Why would you set a man on fire? He's just trying to kill you.
And the last spell in it, Impossible Volley.
Oh god. Oh god.
Make a strike with a -2 penalty against each enemy in a 10-foot radius burst centered at or beyond your weapon's volley. Roll damage only once for all targets.
Yeah.
I hit everybody.
Yeah, but it is a level 20 class feat you're sacrificing for this, technically. Don't forget, the level 20 feats are like the fuckboy feats.
Yeah, though that will ever get
You
to
get a
that
free
point, 'cause
archetype,
level
though, so you
20
get this one for free.
Winky wink wink.
It's nuts. Nutter butter.
So I have to use my feat to get the dedication first, and then the next time we get an archetype feat, I can get the get one in it, right? That's how it works.
What do you say?
It's like next level when we get the archetype feat.
Yeah.
I use that feat to get the dedication feat,
Yes.
right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta
your
get in on
entry.
the ground floor.
That's the entry exam feat.
So yeah, I got too good at archery. Now I need not in magic.
What do you have? Daze as a cantrip, anyway?
I thought it was a racial thing or something. I got
Yeah,
it
I think-
somewhere.
I think Kitsune's get like
Oh, it's because I got
cantrip.
Kitsune magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I thought it maybe for something you could change. Maybe get that changed to something with an attack roll, but no.
I mean, if you're willing to let me change it to something with an attack roll.
I mean, a good thing you can do with Daze, you can attack once and then use Daze, because it's not affected by your MAP, and sometimes something has a low will save, and you can exploit that a bit.
Yeah. Or something's on like 1 HP, you can just
Yeah,
bop them.
or it's weak to mental. God dang it, OneDrive. I don't want to look at memories. They make me sad. Oh gosh, I have so many pictures in here. And they're all the Smebex tile sets. Ugh. This is what you get when you put video games in your folders.
No video games.
Man, why are there so many like fences you can climb? Ugh. And the shadow meshes. Ugh. Anyway, Beb.
Yeah.
Be gone!
Alright, I'm gonna pop off. Still thinking of spells, but I
Think
will.
about the game you want for the Wednesdays. If I still have Wednesdays by next week. Ugh.
Keep us
Hopefully.
posted.
Yeah.
I will. I'm very angry anyway. Wait.
Bye bye.
Cranky baby. Bye bye. Yeah.
No!